How could the person he loved most play with his heart in such a way? Augusta explained that her friends had convinced her to lie to him and weigh his reaction, but now that she had done it, she felt so terrible for listening to them and following through with the lie. In the vibrant heart of a bustling city, where dreams and desires intersected amidst dazzling lights and bustling streets, a young man named Chris found himself entangled in a love story that would forever change his perception of trust and devotion. It was on the night of New Year's Eve, a night brimming with possibilities and promises, that Chris's world was about to be turned upside down by a revelation that would test the very limits of his heart. Chris had been in a relationship with Augusta for over 2 years. They were deeply in love and had shared countless beautiful moments together. As the year drew to a close, anticipation filled the air for the upcoming New Year's Eve celebration. Chris and Augusta had planned to spend the evening together, welcoming the new year with joy and love. As the clock struck 8 p.m., Chris arrived at Augusta's apartment, carrying a bouquet of her favorite flowers and a heart full of affection. The apartment was adorned with twinkling fairy lights, creating a magical ambience. The couple exchanged warm hugs and kisses, excited about the night ahead. They decided to play a game where they would ask each other deep and revealing questions to strengthen their bond further. As they delved into the game, Chris asked Augusta,
"What is the biggest secret you've ever kept from me?"
Augusta hesitated for a moment. She took a deep breath and revealed something that shattered Chris's heart into a million pieces. "Chris, I have a daughter," Augusta confessed, her voice quivering with emotion. "Her name is Lily, and she is 4 years old. I didn't tell you because I was scared you'd leave me, and I didn't want to burden you." Stunned and hurt, Chris struggled to comprehend the revelation. He felt betrayed, not by the existence of Lily, but by the lack of trust between them. Tears welled up in Chris's eyes as he mustered the strength to speak.
"Augusta, I understand your fears, but keeping such a significant part of your life hidden from me has hurt me deeply. Our relationship is built on trust, and this secret undermines that foundation."
Augusta pleaded tearfully. "Chris, I love you more than anything, and I didn't want to lose you. Please understand that I was scared and didn't know how to tell you. Lily means the world to me, and I want you to be a part of her life too." Conflicting emotions tore at Chris's heart. He loved Augusta dearly, but the magnitude of the secret made him question their future together. He needed time to process his feelings. With a heavy heart, he made the difficult decision to end their relationship.
"I need some time to think, Augusta,"
Chris said softly.
"This is a lot to take in, and I can't make any promises right now. But I hope you understand that trust and honesty are crucial to me."
Tears streamed down Augusta's face as she nodded, understanding the gravity of the situation. The atmosphere that was once filled with anticipation and excitement now hung heavy with sadness and uncertainty. Chris left Augusta's apartment that night, his heart heavy with conflicting emotions. The fireworks illuminated the sky as the clock struck midnight, signaling the arrival of the new year. But for Chris and Augusta, it was a bittersweet moment as their relationship had reached a crossroad. Days turned into weeks as Chris took the time to reflect on his feelings, while Augusta, filled with regret and remorse, thought of possible ways to secure Chris's attention for another confession, which she greatly hoped would ease the tension between them. After much doubt and contemplation, Augusta finally mustered the gut to call Chris, inviting him for a drink at the coffee shop and emphasizing on something very important she has to tell him again before he makes any final decision. Chris, even more confused and curious at the same time, reluctantly agrees to meet up with Augusta. Towards the late hours of the evening, he made his way to the cozy coffee shop where he had agreed to meet Augusta. The memory of her confession echoed in his mind, leaving him feeling betrayed and hurt all over again, unable to comprehend why she would hide such a significant part of her life and still has more to say. Augusta entered the coffee shop, her eyes filled with a mixture of anxiety and remorse. The emptiness in her heart and the ache of loneliness made her yearn for his presence more than ever. She knew she had to rectify her mistake and seek forgiveness. As Augusta approached Chris, she could sense the tension radiating from him. Her voice quivered as she spoke. "Chris, I need to talk to you. I need to explain everything. Can we sit down?" Chris hesitated for a moment before gesturing toward the empty table in the corner of the coffee shop. With a heavy sigh, he took a seat, his eyes fixed on Augusta, A mixture of hurt and curiosity etched across his face. Augusta took a deep breath, her hands fidgeting as she searched for the right words. "Chris, I need you to know that what I told you about having a daughter was a lie. I made it up. I was foolish and insecure, and I wanted to test your love for me. But now, I realize the grave mistake I've made. I miss you, Chris. I miss us." In that moment, the room seemed to freeze, the weight of Augusta's words hanging in the air like an unspoken truth. Chris's mind swirled with a whirlwind of emotions: anger, confusion, and a profound sense of betrayal alongside a conflicted expression on his face. How could the person he loved most play with his heart in such a way?
What sort of lie was that? Do I look like a joke to you? Am I a toy to you? Why would you even come up with such a lie, and how did you think it was going to end?
Augusta explained that her friends had convinced her to lie to him and weigh his reaction, but now that she had done it, she felt so terrible for listening to them and following through with the lie. She begged him with every fiber of her being to forgive her so they could go back to how they used to be. Part of him was angry and felt deceived, while another part remembered the love they once shared. He had spent weeks contemplating their future, longing for resolution. After a long wave of silence, Chris finally responded,
Augusta, love should never be a test. It should be an unwavering bond built on trust and authenticity. This illusion you created nearly shattered the foundation of our relationship. First, it was you saying you had a daughter, and now it's a made-up story? Now I'm really confused.
His voice tinged with a mixture of vulnerability and caution.
But I've also come to realize that love is imperfect, that people make mistakes in the pursuit of understanding and growth, and that forgiveness is a powerful force. I've missed you too, and I believe in second chances.
Augusta reached across the table, her hand gently touching Chris's. In that moment, they both felt the immense weight of their shared history, the joy, the pain, and the resilience of their bond. They knew that rebuilding their relationship would require transparency, trust, and a willingness to confront the insecurities that had driven them apart. Augusta promised to work on her insecurities. She had finally realized that she had a good relationship going. She should never have tried to poke holes in it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy stories like this, please subscribe.